Hello, my name is Chaz Reynolds. I'm a partner here with Butler, and I run the firm's casualty and liability department. We represent businesses, individuals, and practices that often are subject to a corporate representative deposition. And we're going to talk a little bit today about what that is and why that's important.
So Chaz, tell me a little bit about what is a corporate representative deposition and why is it important?
Because a corporation can't speak for itself, it has to appoint somebody to speak for it. And the reason that it's very important is because the testimony actually binds the corporation to testimony in the litigation, and maybe more importantly, binds it to future testimony in future litigation.
Now, how does the company choose who's going to be their corporate representative?
This is often overlooked, but it's very important. Many times our clients are new to litigation or have been involved in their companies for 20 or 30 years, and they believe that because they're the owner or the CEO, they should be the corporate representative because they know their business best. However, that may not be the right choice. First of all, you can appoint more than one person if necessary to testify for the corporation if there are many topics involved. But also, you may choose somebody who is not as experienced, but who speaks well, who communicates well, who presents well, and who a jury would like as your corporate representative. There's no rule, it's the company's choice.
That's some great advice. Now, how does someone prepare for a corporate deposition?
Also something that is often not done enough. Many times because these people are the owners or very familiar with their business, or just because they don't like litigation, they don't feel as though they need to prepare. And when that happens, you wind up giving testimony that can be inconsistent with other employees or which may not be within the theme of your defense. And so it's critically important that you spend the time going over your position and the topics submitted to you.
Now, I heard that you mentioned a little bit about inconsistencies. What are some other challenges that could be faced in situations like these?
I think that many times people forget that they are speaking on behalf of the company, not from their own personal knowledge or their own personal experience. So what I see oftentimes is someone will be testifying about a policy, procedure, or event which they have drawn from their own personal knowledge and isn't necessarily the position of the company. For instance, you may get a question like, will the company concede that this was a dangerous situation? Or would you admit that the company's policy is X? People will sometimes respond, well, I know the way I do it, but not the way the company wants it done in terms of a policy. And so that can be very dangerous.
And I love that tip that you gave to us. Can you give us a little bit more insight into some advice for us when we go into corporate depositions?
Probably two things. First of all, you're going to get a list of topics. It's called a ducis tecum list, and under the federal rule, it's 30B6. But these topics are going to drive the discussion of the deposition. So it's important that you not just accept these topics as being what you're going to talk about, but determine whether they're too broad or too narrow or not relevant. They may need to be challenged before the deposition so that you're prepared going in. The other thing is make sure that your deponent reads the deposition. In Florida and in most states, you have the option to waive that right or to read it. But if you read the deposition and a mistake is made, you can correct it, get the company's position down solidly. Although you may reopen the deposition on those topics, it's better to get it right than to have to go through the rest of the litigation with an inconsistent position.
Perfect. I love everything that you've shared with us. How does someone get in contact with you if they have any more questions on corporate depositions?
They can always reach out to me through the website at creynolds@butler.legal or simply call our switchboard at 813-281-1900.
Thank you, Chaz.
You're welcome.